cutters, after they make this cut, they're gonna drop in here. We want a flat cut below the bottom hinge on this door. If we're in the door well with some electric tools being longer, I'm at an angle, correct? And if I'm at an angle, that cut is going to be driving down towards the rocker channel and it's not going to rip through the B-post. It's going to stop short. Okay, so I want it flat as possible. If I have a thick B-post and I'm worried my cut's going to be too shallow and angled down, I'm going to have the spreaders blow that seat out. I'm going to come into the compartment, drop the tool flat, and get a nice good cut and not have to worry about my backhand at all. So next we get into cutting the B-post. We're going to cut as high to roof rail and roof line as possible. Our second cut is going to drop down and it's going to cut right on top of the seatbelt mount. That is your sweet spot. I could either reach in and feel that seatbelt mount just like this, or I could look across from the clean side, but I'm not going to take my helmet off or look inside the car. If I make a cut here and I can't get through the material, the best way to get through the material is 90-degree changes of angle. And don't be in your same cut, because the blade will follow that same cut and then be stuck again. So I'm going to do 90-degree changes of angle, and I'm going to take material off of both sides with tip loading, and then I'm going to make a final run at it and attack that material that's holding me up.
If I do not address this seatbelt, two things are going to happen when I go to spread this. First and worst, I'm going to introduce about 200,000 pounds of force to this person's chest and lap. The second, if this is clean side work and I don't have anybody in here, yet my seatbelt retractor has locked, which they're designed to do, when I go to spread this, the path of least resistance will put this seatbelt into tension, and in tension it is extremely strong. And in doing so, now I may track up resistance, and now I may blow out my perfectly good push point, all because I didn't address the seatbelt. The cutter cuts everything.
So there is a thing on these doors, and it's called a wind latch, hurricane latch, or limiter. We prefer to leave the limiter in place because many times if the B-post is substantial and you go to pull, there's many times people will lose the bottom hinge on the door, and that kind of defeats a little bit of our purpose. So by leaving the limiter there and the hinge, we have a stronger point for the push on our arm. Now the spreaders are going to come in at a 45. One arm is going to touch the stub of the B-post rocker channel combination, and the other arm is going to reach up, touch the bottom hinge or slightly below it. And we're going to spread out and away. If I've already had my guys take the door, I'm like, lift that steering wheel up before you put that spine board under his butt. Because as he goes to lift, his thighs are going to hit the steering wheel. So once the door is open, I can step forward with my spreaders in a wide position. I hook the steering wheel here and one arm up here. I take my backhand and move it into this position here, and I'm going to lift that steering wheel about 4 to 5 inches off the lap. All right, we're going to cut this door off. Hinge, top hinge, bottom hinge, wire bundle, limit strap. We're going to cut top to bottom. How many of you guys have been this person in training or in real life? We get that far, bro. All we do is throw our back out. My goal is to open it for my cutter like this. Now come on in and cut the top hinge. After you cut the top hinge, stop. All right, now watch this. I take it as far as it goes. I take a half a step in and then watch. Push to the ground, and it already bent to the ground on its own. But by doing that, as I push it to the ground, now she has a perfect V to get the next two items. So rather than going here, I come in here and then just push to the ground a little bit. 9 out of 10 times it'll go all the way to the ground and create a huge V. Go ahead and get the other items. We don't remove roofs. We do the roof raise for access when possible. So you're going to come in and double cut right here. So we've got that high. Now we want to get some room on there. Spreaders are going to come in. Tool is going to self-correct. Tool is self-correcting. Now, stop. I want you to get 2 hands on the tool, but step back a little bit. Be prepared for some slippage. Watch this. Don't worry about that so much. Okay, take it out. So now we have access to the patient. Everything is golden here.